The budget will not be on time. I know you must be shocked, but this time the April 1 deadline gets moved up a bit because of the Easter and Passover holidays.
In Albany, they're out of here. Lawmakers headed home for the holidays, and for the fourth straight year, no budget. But in the Capitol, it's no budget, no problem. Lawmakers passed emergency spending to keep things running.
Many years they, in fact, don't do it on time, and they've learned how to adjust and get by and can go for weeks and even months now without a budget.
And it's not like they were even close. The Assembly wants to restore aid to education and health care and borrow to pay for it. Senate Democrats, worried about their razor-thin majority and fearful of angry suburban voters, are demanding no new taxes and even some tax rollbacks, taking a seemingly conservative approach.
There is a long history of high spending supported by everybody, both houses of the legislature, as well as some of the previous governors. So it is a bit of a turnaround to say they stand now for more fiscal discipline. And until they really propose a balanced budget with cuts in it, we have to take this voice of conservatism with a little skepticism.
So now what? Well, there are three competing proposals, the governor with the most cuts, the Senate in the middle, and the Assembly with the least. All sides have yet to agree on nearly $2 billion in cuts, and while Governor Patterson is playing a weak political hand,
he has a lot of formal legal authority. He has to sign off on this. He has a line-item veto. He can veto things, so he's got a lot of leverage, and he can keep them there a long time till they start to cut in the way that he would like.
Now, some Republicans say they should have not adjourned for Passover and Easter and even voted against emergency bills. Democrats say that despite the holidays, staffs are still meeting in Albany.
So realistically, when do you think they'll get this thing done?
The $9 billion question. That's a tough one. We should say this. The Lieutenant Governor Dick Ravitch said last week that the state runs out of money on June 1st. That gives you very little time. It could be weeks. And the likelihood is these guys don't want it to push into the summer because if they did, they wouldn't be back home where they need to campaign because they're all up for re-election.
Absolutely.
Wow, 10 late budgets in 12 years. It's outrageous.
Yeah.
But everyone's talking about the sugar tax, too.
Yeah, the sugar tax, which a lot of lawmakers have told me that it's been dead on arrival, but the governor is insisting on it. For one reason, he says long-term it's good, it cuts back on health costs, it cuts down on obesity, and short-term you can come up with money. But the problems are that there are a lot of beverage workers in the tri-state area, particularly in Westchester County, and they're opposed to it, and they're vocally opposed to it, and they're spending money opposed to it. So that's a tough call for the governor.
Stay connected with MyFoxNY.com mobile. Download the iPhone app or text Fox5 to 46988 for other devices. Local news, weather, and traffic on the go with MyFoxNY.com mobile.